and you're driving around in a fucking like a 2010 Honda Civic. Like, how are you paying for that? So let's say they did own it. Let's say it is theirs. Where are you getting that bread from? The city? They're getting food stamps. They sound like they're getting some kind of money that's helping them get these things that they don't even like. Listen, if I'm a politician, the first thing I'm gonna do when I go on stage, if I want votes, I'm taking all that shit out. I'm sorry, migrants are gone. I am getting rid of all that shit. I am not spending billions of dollars on people who come here and don't give a fuck and beat up cops and steal from our neighbors and shit. Nope, gone. I'm sorry. It sounds crazy, but that's what I'm doing. I'm getting the votes that way. I'm also getting the votes by saying I'm not sending no bread, and I'm sorry, but I'm not sending no bread to Ukraine. I am sorry. Listen, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know any political views on that. I'm not in those trenches. I don't know anything. I'm just saying politically don't make sense for us to be there or even help these guys. Like everybody keeps saying, well, Putin is crazy. If he takes over Ukraine, imagine what he doesn't want United States. He don't want our fucking dirty little town. He doesn't want this shit. He wants back what they owned at one point. That they got exiled. Like that shit was Russia, bro. Let's keep it real. They took that shit. I mean, I watched the videos. I know a little bit of history. That shit was Russia shit. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was. They just want their shit back. But anyway, I'm not sending no bread to Ukraine. How are we fixing other countries' problems when we can't even fix our own fucking problems?
And that's the thing about politics.
Like trillions of dollars are being sent somewhere.
And they swear to God that sending that money over there is in our best interest and is going to protect us. Like that's the crazy part. And that's why I hate politics, bro. It's just a game.
But that's the thing. Nobody has. I think Trump touched on it a couple times, but I haven't heard anybody say anything about Ukraine, and nobody even cares. Like nobody, like even the news people don't bring it up. Like why? What we are not allowed to ask these questions? Why are we still sending bread to Ukraine? Oh, they're killing. I feel bad, yes, but look at all these other countries that are getting bombed. I mean, you got the Hamas guys. All right, you got the people over there getting killed too. Nobody's saying anything about that. Everybody thinks they're bad people. They're not bad people. They just like they have a group that does bad things.
Right.
Period. That's like a bunch of Americans living in another country do some wild shit. That wasn't all America. That was just this fucking small group of assholes that did some dumb shit. I mean, it just don't like it don't make sense. Like we sending money to Ukraine to help them, but we're not sending money to Palestine or any of these other places that are getting bombed on. Like it don't make sense, dog. Like what are we doing? And that I don't know, dude. It don't make sense. I don't know. I mean, Jewish people get pissed off when you mention shit like that, but what have they done for us? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we were going to war right now, would Ukraine send us shit? No, they probably wouldn't. Or we probably don't need nothing from them because they don't have the shit we even have. Like, it's just, I don't know, bro. It's nuts to me. It's nuts how we're a superpower and we can't even fix shit here with our superpowers.
I think we can, but we just choose not to.
Listen, if we send all that money to billions to Ukraine, why we can't send billions to New York City and LA so they can stop the fucking crime and hire more police?
But they can. They just don't want to. It's a choice. They choose not to.
Why not? Why? Why is it so fucking hard to? Yo, here's a Billy. Fix LA. Take all the homeless people, build some shit for them, and come up with a way so we can pay this shit back.
And like that's the thing. That's the whole point of politics and what it has become. It's like you don't put Americans first, and that's why Trump is so dominant in these political spaces because he's talking the language that Americans want to hear. Now, whether he's going to do it or not, I don't know. But he's saying put America first. We're not sending money over here. We're not sending money over there. We're not going to send money over there. We're going to keep their money here in America. That's what Americans want to hear, and that's why
Mm,
Trump is so popular. Well, the
right.
Democrats is, well, we got to do this and we got to do that. These are our allies. We have to help our allies and yada yada yada.
No.
Meanwhile, we helping our allies, bro. Is making it harder on us.
On
Like
us, yeah.
these interest rates are high. The groceries are high, bro. This is ridiculous.
Bro, I
And
know.
people will convince you that what they're doing is in our best interest. It is
Mm.
not in my best interest for you to take that money and send it overseas. And then when I go into the grocery store to get groceries, freaking eggs $35 or some shit, man. Like
Yeah,
it's
bro.
crazy.
Listen, I I remember there was talking shit about Trump a while back about how he's friends with Putin. And listen, if it's one thing I learned is I'd rather be close to the enemy than just having friends, because at least if you're close with him, you know what's going on. Same
Mhm,
thing with George Bush Jr. I think they were mad at him because he used to actually talk with Putin. Why not have these guys, even though let's just say Putin is a fucking maniac,
mhm,
why not have him close to you so you know what the fuck is going on, instead of leaving this guy to his own fucking thing and having him go wild on the world? And
mhm,
that, like, the same thing with with Korea. Trump went out there, visit these guys, like he was in the pocket with these guys. Whether it was good or bad, I don't know. But listen, we didn't have to pay Ukraine for a war that didn't happen. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Like
mhm,
it just, it doesn't make sense. Like, why not kind of establish a friendship with these guys, regardless of their beliefs, bro? Fuck, let's put all that shit to the side. Whether he thinks whatever, religion, Jewish people, whatever.
mhm.
Let's come up with a solution. Like, yo, fuck all this fighting shit. What can we do for each other? You want to make your ruby good? We want to make our American dollar good. What can we do to make that pop? And come up with a fucking solution, bro. Like, if money rules the world, then why the fuck are we fighting for some shit that has nothing to do with money? I mean, unless there's a deeper, darker thing going on in these countries that we obviously don't know about, then what are
Mhm.
we really fighting for? Land, religion, respect? None of that shit matters. Your religion, I don't give a fuck about your religion at the end of the day if it ain't gonna bring me no happiness.
Right.
I don't care what God, fuck your God, fuck your religion, fuck all that shit if babies are dying and people are losing their lives. What is your religion doing? It ain't doing a damn thing. You can sit there and pray on a rug all day. Unless that rug is gonna fly you to a different country, you're praying for nothing, bro. None of that shit matters. That's why I hate, and I don't want to say I hate religion, but this is why I hate when people use religion for everything, because it's not gonna
Right.
get you out of situations, bro. If a train is coming and I'm about to die and I pray, unless there's a fucking trap door and somebody hits a button and I fall down before the train hits me, the religion ain't gonna do shit. That train's gonna hit me. I just don't get it. I don't get it. People are putting too much faith in their politics, their religion, but then they want to take religion out of schools. It don't make sense to me.
Mm.
It's like I could walk outside and tell somebody I don't believe in God, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're crazy. You don't believe in God. You're going to hell. You should go to church next week and repent." But you go to school and they don't mention not one peep about Jesus or God, but yet they're teaching you how to twerk. This shit is, bro. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. We are living in a society where if attention is not, attention is the new drug, bro. That's it. Attention is the new drug. If I'm not showing you attention, you think I hate you. Or if I don't care for your needs, you think I hate you. Bro, I just don't care.
Man, I say we living in the age of jumping off bridges, man. Because I remember when I was younger, and if you did something bad, and the adults will question you, say, "Why did you do that?" And then you'd be like, "Well, so and so did it," and then they'd be like, "Well, if so and so jumped off a bridge, you gonna jump off a bridge too?"
Mm-hmm.
The answer to that question used to be no, but the answer to that question today is yes.
Mm-hmm.
He jumped off the bridge, he died, and became famous, and now his family got money or whatever, so I'm doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
But you did.
Yeah,
But
it's
they
nuts,
don't
bro.
care, man.
It's nuts, bro.
It's
And like I
wild.
said, believe in what you want to believe in. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. But don't ever come to me and talk about I need this and I need to do that. Because everything I've done on my own with the wife, whatever. But I also believe like people need a higher power to believe in. Because that keeps people straight on a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. If that's what you need to progress through your life, by all means, go ahead. I know I'm a good person. And I know I won't do no fuck shit to somebody, but I don't need a religion or a person or a thing or something that's not to tell me how to do it. And like I said, politicians are not doing that anymore. They're not listening to people. They're just fucking pulling strings and pressing buttons and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Sending money to places that don't need it or don't deserve our money or our help. It's just that simple, dog. Yo, Ukraine is not even part of the UN, right? I mean
I don't
NATO.
think so. I don't think so.
Okay, and we are helping the fuck out of them for no reason. I don't get it. Like I don't know, dude. The NATO and all that shit's a fucking scam. They if Putin, I think if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. If somebody correct me, but I think Putin at one point wanted to kind of join NATO or do something, and they told him no. Or I could be wrong, but I could have sworn I read that somewhere in online. But like I said, a lot of that should be fake anyway. But I heard that he didn't want. I know he didn't want Ukraine to join NATO. But if that was the case, they should have just let everybody join NATO. And guess what? We don't have to fight for shit because everybody's on fucking NATO. Like, come on,
Right.
bro. If the Bloods and the Crips could get along for a little while, I don't see why the fuck two fucking superpowered countries can't. You got YG and Snoop Dogg running around throwing up Bloods and Crips signs, and we can't get. It's just crazy. And this is what I'm saying: it's who has the biggest dick contest when it comes to political and country shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's out of my hand. I guess we could run into the next topic, which is probably way more fun than politicians. Anyway, what are we talking about in the next one?
Oh, we're talking about Tyler the Creator, man.
Tyler the Creator.
Now, I didn't watch the the whole interview. I
think I watched a little bit.
I actually heard the Joe Budden podcast talking about it, but Tyler the Creator is calling out the younger rappers. I mean, he's pretty much expressing how he feels about the way rap is now.
Yeah.
He's saying everybody sounds the same, everybody doing the same thing, and he's saying like there's no originality in hip hop currently. But we've been kind of saying this thing for a while because like we said this on the earlier pod. I was saying how back in the day when you watched the music video, you could pretty much kind of tell where you were by what was going on in the video. So like if you're watching the music video and you see a bunch of black guys riding dirt bikes and four-wheelers through some streets, okay, that's DMX and the Rough Riders. So y'all know on the East Coast. All right. Well, you saw palm trees, whatever. I don't know what kind of trees those are. But you saw like a 6'4" Impala with switches.
You know,
It's West Coast.
right.
So, and if you saw a box Chevy with half-naked girls sitting on the car, you down south. So hip hop don't have that no more. Like they're not showcasing where this is who we are, this is how we live, this is the way we dress, this is the way we ride our cars, this is us in our little section over here.
Right.
So it doesn't have that anymore.
And I'm glad you said that because this has been my argument for the last 10 years. And I know this. I always stem back to the Drake and Kendrick beef, right? Because this is the people don't understand how important this, and I don't even want to say beef was, how important this disconnect was with this beef. And when I say that, I mean what Kendrick was trying to say is that let's just put aside the PDF stuff, right? Because there's no real allegations on that. Let's just put that aside. Let's just say he was just clowning on that point. But everything else he was saying is true. Like you said, if you saw Chevy box, girls, strip poles, you knew you were in the South. If you
Mhm.
saw motorcycles, whatever, you saw East Coast. Tim boots, New York fitted, you knew that was East Coast.
Mhm.
You saw cars bouncing up in the street with Bloods and Crips, like you knew you were on West Side. They had an identity,
Right.
and this is what Kendrick was trying to say. None of these niggas have identities anymore. Drake, and I always stem it back to Drake because Drake is the easiest one to put out there because this is what we've been talking about.
Mhm.
Drake has no identity, bro. You could put a Drake song on and you can't visually see his hood. You can't see where he came from. You play Drake songs, it doesn't matter what song you play. You could play a Drake song with Ross on it. You don't know where Drake. You know where Ross came from. You don't know where Drake is from. It sounds like he was just with Ross. You could play a Drake song with Lil Wayne in it.
Mhm.
You know New Orleans sound. You know when you see those gold fronts
Mhm.
and the dread hair, like you know New Orleans is in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When you listen to Drake, you don't hear Canada. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear Texas. You know, even Texas has its own sound, yeah. When you listen to those guys. But when you listen to Drake, you don't hear any cultural background. And yes, he makes good music. Yes, I
Mhm.
will not take that from him. He makes good music. He just doesn't make music that identifies with what he is trying to what like his persona. He
Right.
just doesn't. You cannot tell me anything different, bro. Like I'm a hip hop person. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't care how many records he sold. I don't care how many bitches he's fucked. He is not he's not showing you where his hip hop genes are at. DMX did. Nas did. Andre 3000 did. Even some of the new guys, J. Cole, the baby, little baby, that I don't even listen to little baby's music, but when he raps, you can tell where he's from.
Mhm.
The rest of these new guys don't have that. And Tyler's right. And this is what I kind of don't understand about Tyler because I'm not a big fan of Tyler. I don't listen to his music at all, but I
Mhm.
know of him and I've heard some songs.
Yeah, me too.
And why he's real, like he is real creative. People have been saying stuff about him like that, and he goes on the crazy. And like when Eminem was saying shit about him, he kind of went nuts. But now I think he's in Eminem's shoes because he's so popular and he's so good now.
Mhm.
He's saying exactly what Eminem has been saying. So I kind of feel like even though he's went back and forth with Eminem, he is Eminem now,
Mhm.
saying all this shit like all these guys don't have an identity. They blah blah blah. Okay, you are the old nigga now. You know what I'm saying? Like you the parent that goes, oh, who listen to that bullshit? That he's in those shoes now.
Mhm.
So
I mean, and that's why, whenever I talk to the younger generation, man, it's like, yo, you gotta be careful with that word old, because as long as you have a birthday, one day you gonna be old. And then the
mm-hmm.
same way you looking and treating the older generation, the younger generation gonna treat you the same way. So
Yeah.
we gotta be careful with that. And
That
that's all. It's like life is it's so funny because the older generation has been places that we're trying to get to. And we swear to God that we know everything and that can't nobody tell us nothing. But the older generation is trying to tell us. But the only way that we can really see it is if we experience it ourselves. And now we're
right.
sitting back like, dang, man, they were trying to tell me. And then you look at the younger generation and it's like, you about to make the same mistakes I did, and I'm trying to tell you, but I can't tell you because you think you know
Mm-mm.
everything. And the only
Mm-hmm.
way they can know is if they go through it. So
Yeah,
it's funny. Life is funny.
the whole thing, man, the whole thing with life is it is an experience, bro. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
could
definitely an
I could
experience.
sit here and tell a young kid how to do everything right, and he'll do everything wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's just I could show him, I could take him, bro. I've done it, bro. I've done it. I've tried to talk to people and show people, and I've even taken them and showed them like, yo, this is how I do it. You could do it. No, they don't. They do some other shit, fuck up, and then they'll call me years later, talk about, yo, I wish I would have did what you know, da 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 da. I'm like, oh, I try to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I had plenty of people, plenty of people. I try to get on board with certain things I was doing. Nothing, bro. And I'm like, bro, it's very few people that can actually fuck with what you're trying to tell them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Very few.
Yeah, very few.
But I don't know, dude. But yeah, no, I understand Tyler's pain. That's like since we're talking about this shit, the with Little Yachty, the shit he was saying, like, oh, you know, New York niggas don't got no style. The South is Atlanta is you know what's popping right now. And you know, the thing I have to say about that is the same thing Tyler was kind of saying. Like Atlanta, when Atlanta was coming up, right? Because remember, everything was in New York, everything. Then Atlanta was coming up, Andre 3000, and all these guys. They put a flag and a staple in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? In the South, I want to say. Everything came from that hip hop era. So yeah, Atlanta did their own thing. But for Little Yachty, that is a terrible rapper and has a shitty I don't know if I've heard he writes songs for Drake. I've heard he wrote songs for other artists. If you being a good writer has nothing with you being a good rapper or hip hop person. His music to me is terrible. I can't stand his voice. It's annoying. Just everything. I don't know. There's something about Little Yachty I don't like. It's just like he's all over the place. He wants to be gay, green hair. I just don't. I don't know what he's doing. He like he was just chasing the moment every time you see him. But for him to say that New York don't have no style, and then as I'm watching the interview, I think the guy or somebody asked him, so what Atlanta bringing to the table? He's like, yo, we bringing, like, I'm watching his fit and he's wearing, he asked, I think Yachty, he asked him, like, what's his favorite thing to wear? He's like, oh, I like this my baggy pants and my big shirt. And as I'm watching him, he's wearing baggy pants and a puffy shirt. I'm looking at him, I'm like, you a dumbass nigga. Like, the shit you wearing, we've been wearing in like 97, 96, 2000s. Like, everybody was wearing that shit. Even in New Orleans, niggas were wearing big shirts and, you know, the ghetto boys, you know, white tees. Like, bro, like, what are you even talking about? Like, somebody needs to tell this nigga to shut up. Like, he's literally standing there talking about New York niggas don't have no style. Meanwhile, Dipset, Diddy, Jay-Z, all these guys came with styles that everybody took. I don't give a fuck where you at.
I'm gonna give Dipset their credit. But when Dipset
everybody
came out,
took this style.
Yeah, I mean, people down south was dressing like Dipset. I'm not.
Nigga, you cannot tell me that. Listen, niggas in the South wear boots with shorts. It's hot as fuck. What do you like? I've seen it. You cannot tell me that New York niggas have no style. Yeah, you need to shut your dumb ass up and take notes, my nigga. Like, you need to go back and watch some old videos before you were born. And this is the problem. Like, these guys have platforms to talk bullshit. It's almost like watching political niggas talk propaganda and saying that, you know, we didn't start, you know, these wars and we would. It's just like that. It's like, yo, Yachty, you need to shut your dumb ass up. Like, talking about like New York niggas don't have no style and Baltimore. Like, bro, the nigga, we started that. Like, we started the baggy fit. We started Tim boots and we started fitted hat. Like, you cannot trace that shit back anywhere else but New York. You know what I'm saying? Bubble coats, JanSport book bags, North Face, like everything. Jay-Z, Nas, DMX, even 50 when he started rocking fucking tank tops, and niggas were out here looking puny as hell, rocking G-Unit tank top, looking weird. Like, that shit came from here, bro. Like, every generation of hip hop had a vibe that came from New York, bro. Now is Atlanta and all these other places doing different things? Yes, like Pharrell and all, but ASAP Rocky, like they all have clothing lines and all this crazy shit. Niggas wearing purses now and dresses. Yeah, but for Yachty to say that Atlanta, and this is no disrespect to Atlanta, but that Atlanta is running fashion is false, bro. Like that's absolutely insane. And I'll give you something even better. 2 Chains and Future and bro, I even go back to say like Ti and Ludacris.
Mm-hmm.
When they were out, they had their own feel and vibe, but a lot of the shit they did also came from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I saw Ludacris and Tim's and the baggy jeans, Air Force Ones, bro, that's all New York. He has a whole song about Air Force Ones. That is New York shit, nigga. Like you can't deny it. Like we birthed it and everything else happened after that. That's it, bro. So for Yachty to say shit like that, it's niggas like Yachty that keep this weird negative vibe of how New York niggas is, don't have like shut your goofy ass up. Because if you go to New York right now, somebody's gonna slap the dog shit out your face. And that's the shit. Like a lot of these niggas talk shit and they will not step foot into New York without some kind of fucking bodyguard or some shit. Because they will get him for talking that shit, bro. But that's my take on Little Yachty's dumbass.
Well, I didn't know that was the route.
Yeah, bro. I can't stand like little niggas who talk shit and don't have facts. Like they just talking for the moment. They don't even do like, and that's like me saying, I don't know, some wild shit about anything and not checking the facts or saying there's no planets.
Yeah.
And I don't know shit about the planets. So I can't do that. I don't know. Like it's just crazy, bro.
I got you. But I thought we was gonna be talking about how Yachty exposed his that he was writing for his artist. I forget the female's name.
Yeah, I did hear that too. Then I also heard that he wrote a bunch of songs with Drake and that he got beef with Drake now too.
Mm.
Apparently he got beef with Drake because they did a song together that was supposed to come out on Yachty's new album and Drake didn't clear it or some shit like that.
I don't think it got cleared because the person that they sampled didn't want them to sample it and didn't approve them to put it out. Because they was talking about that on the Joe Budden podcast. So that was the situation with that.
I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. All I know is that if he, and like I said, if he does write these songs, he's probably a good writer, and give these, because you could be a good writer and be a shitty rapper, or you could be a good singer and be a shitty writer, because everybody has help. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like, if that's the case, then give him his credit, bro. Like that's it. I don't know, like I just don't care for any of those guys, brother. To be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
Because they just they do weird shit and then they, like, I don't know, bro. Yeah.
Shifting something a little more fun. So we're about to get into something that we love. Which is video games, man. We love video games over here at What's Going On podcast.
You already know.
One of our favorite franchises is about to release a video game soon. Dragon Ball.
Let's get into it.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is about to release. I think it's like October sometime.
Yeah, October 20 something, I think.
We will be playing this game when it comes out. We will be live streaming this game when it comes out. So y'all stay tuned for that. We'll update y'all on that.
Yeah. So I did watch the gameplay of this one that was on the screen right here. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. So I did watch the Gohan Cell, bro. This game looks so good, dog.
Yeah, it looks good.
Like I know they touched up the graphics, and the shit, but as for the like we were talking about a couple pods ago about the destruction and the areas around it, bro, is
Mhm.
going down, son. I was watching one where